Hi everyone, my name's Shane. Welcome to the channel, and today I wanted to talk about affordable Leica. Now that may seem a bit of a crazy concept. Leica and affordability don't often go together naturally, but today I wanted to show what I would consider to be a bit of an affordable Leica kit where you get really coverage of really everything that you would need, but also with really good performance and at a reasonable price. So let's jump into it and have a closer look. So here in front of me, I've got one camera body and three lenses, and I think this is really a beautiful, pure Leica setup. Now the lenses aren't necessarily Leica branded lenses, but they do have the Leica mount or the screw mount. So with the body, if I was getting started and I wanted to get into the Leica system and really experience what it's all about, I really would recommend to go into the film M bodies. The M bodies really are the pure Leica experience. And if you can pick up a body like this, which is a Leica M2 or a Leica M3 or a Leica M4 or an M4 II or M4P, they're generally the more affordable Leica M bodies. There's also the Leica M5, which is a great option as well, but it is a bit of a different shape, so that's just something to consider. It does have a light meter though, the M5, which none of the other cameras I mentioned do have. But I really recommend grabbing a Leica M2, Leica M3 or Leica M4. There are differences between all those camera bodies, and I can share a link to some other videos where I explain some of those differences in a lot more detail. But if you get one of those bodies, you really set up beautifully to experience that Leica film experience. So this is a Leica M2, and the three lenses that I've got here, which I use mostly with this camera, are the 28mm Ricoh lens. This lens is actually the lens optically that's the same as on the digital Ricoh GR cameras and the Ricoh GR film cameras. Probably more closely aligned to the film Ricoh GR cameras, but essentially similarly with the digital bodies as well. The look you get out of it is very similar. So it's a beautiful lens. It opens up to f2.8. It's pretty light, and that's what I really like about it, and that's why I use it probably a lot, is because it's actually reasonably light. Only weighs about 180, 190 grams. But really makes for a nice setup, especially with the Leica M2. The Leica M2 doesn't have the frame lines for the 28mm, but you can use the entire window that you see in the Leica M2, and that approximates a 28mm view. So that works quite well. So that's the 28mm lens. And the reason I'm showing these as affordable options are that they're not too expensive, these lenses in particular. Like this lens you can probably pick up for around $1,000 or a bit under even. And it's a really great option optically. I really like it. I love the colors that come out of it. And I'll share a link to a video where I've gone into this lens and shown a lot more images as well, so you can have a closer look at that. On the M2 itself, I've got the 35mm f2 light lens lab. So this is the 8-element replica lens. Now this lens I was very fortunate to get for a great price when it was first announced. So I was able to get this for $500 US, so very fortunate there. But even now the prices are probably around that $1,000 mark or a bit more. But I will say the build quality is beautiful. You're getting a really good optic with this lens as well. The colors, or the using it in black and white, you get amazing results. So highly recommend this lens. And again, it's got a great form factor, not too big on the body and not too heavy either. This one weighs about 220 grams. They also have the screw mount version, which is a lot lighter and a different body build of the lens. But I think if you want that really pure experience of what the 8-element would be like, I recommend this M mount version. And it's got a beautiful aperture ring, which is a delight to use. I really like using that. So yeah, highly recommend this 35 f2. And I think optically, out of all the lenses I've got, I'd probably say this one's can be a bit the most magical, if that makes any sense. I think you really can get some great moments with it. It's not every image is going to look magical, but every now and again it'll just produce something really, really nice. And the third lens I've got in this little kit is the 50mm f1.8 from Canon. So this is a Canon screw mount lens from the 1950s. So you can just get a little adapter that will sit on the end of the lens, and then that will fit the M mount bodies. This is a beauty because this one generally you can find for maybe $100 to $200. And that is a great bargain. If you get one in good condition with the glass, etc., yeah, you can't really beat it. It produces great images, really sharp for a 50, 60-year-old lens. And the character is also really nice. And even at 1.8 or f2, you're getting really nice results. So really, really highly recommend this lens. And this one I like over the f1.4, which they call the Japanese Summilux. But this one I would recommend over that one if you're not necessarily wanting to shoot at 1.4, because here you're probably getting just as sharp results as with the 51.4, but in a much smaller package and also probably a bit cheaper as well. So I think overall this is a really, really solid option for a really affordable 50mm lens for your Leica system. So yeah, just wanted to show that little setup there. You know, Leica, yes, it is expensive, definitely in general to get into Leica, but I think there's ways around it. There's also great options from Voigtlander and Zeiss if you wanted to look for more modern rendering lenses. I think these three lenses that I have here, they're not the most modern or clinical in their output, but I like the results. They're kind of sharp enough, but also give a bit of character. So that's why, yeah, really highly recommend all three of these. But if you are looking for something a bit more modern, a bit more clinical, then yeah, definitely look at the Voigtlander options. There's quite a range of options from Voigtlander, some more classic, some more modern, and also Zeiss, where you get that really Zeiss pop and 3D look, which is really nice as well. So thanks everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed having a quick look at this Leica affordable kit, and we'll catch you in the next video. Happy shooting, enjoy your day.